Cal, obviously we're talking off the back of the Russia Olympic game, back-to-back defeats for your side. How's the mood in the camp been this week? I'm sure the players and the staff alike are desperate to respond this weekend.
I think first and foremost, disappointed. We haven't made losing games the norm, certainly not over our time together over the last 18 months or so. So when it does happen, you're disappointed. Equally, it's very rare we've lost consecutive games. You are counting on one hand the amount of times that's happened, so it isn't a feeling that we've had very often. So it's disappointment, it's frustration. What that then turns into is a determination to improve. I think there's a recognition of two disappointing results. First and foremost, it is about results, but underpinning that is performances that, yes, are poor, but there's some key aspects that we recognise we've got to improve, and that's all of us. That isn't one or two individuals. That isn't one standalone aspect. That is collectively as a group. The goals for column doesn't lie in comparison with the other teams around where we want to be. We haven't scored as many goals as we would have liked. I don't think you need to be a rocket scientist or one of those Monday Night Football pundits to work that out. It's quite a simple equation that for clubs that have been able to get their centre forwards on the pitch more often than we have, the goals have been a little bit more free flowing. Equally, at the moment we've been punished in key moments, and we can bemoan a lack of goals at one end of the pitch, back-to-back games without scoring, but fundamentally the manner of the goals we've conceded in recent weeks are frustrating because they are uncharacteristic. What there is in the dressing room is a determined group of players, a very talented group of players, a group that are leaving everything out there and fallen short in recent weeks, but there's been a real focus and a determination during the week, moving into what is a massive game on Saturday, a massive double-header Saturday-Tuesday, and 3 consecutive home games where we're really, really clear about the task in hand. We need collectively to improve on the results. Part of that is improving our performance with being realistic about where we're at the moment, and the work to do that has to start on Saturday. There's no option, no alternative.
When we spoke just prior to the new year, obviously the message from you was togetherness throughout the club would be key for us to achieve anything in 2024, and I'm sure that's a message that you simply want to reiterate now.
Yeah, more than ever, and that has to start in the dressing room. That has to translate into performances that are in line with what our identity has been for a period of time. I know how talented our group of players are. I know how determined they are to do well for this football club, because they've done it. They've done it over 18 months. They are a group that were playoff semi-finalists, that have hit so many landmarks on the way. The first round proper of the FA Cup this season alone. This is the same group. We use a phrase that it was us in July at the start of the season. We talk about it being us over the Christmas period, and it'll still be us come the end of April. Things haven't gone our way, and we always have to look at ourselves as to why. I've always said, and I think it's the first thing I said to you when I was appointed, you can't guarantee results. You can guarantee ambition and aspirations, and what this group have done so well is develop expectations and set standards where losing consecutive games feels so alien and feels unacceptable, and is unacceptable, but they're the standards we've set ourselves. What they are is giving everything, and we need to find a way to give more, and we need to find a way to give what we've got a little bit better. All I can guarantee our supporters, like I said to you, I referenced it there the first time we spoke, is a team that will give absolutely everything to succeed for the football club, and that's what they have been doing. When results don't go our way, it is, look to me, when there's frustrations, and frustrations have been aired certainly at 3 of our last 4 fixtures. I understand that, direct that at me, direct that at the manager, but support the players, because I do feel we're in a moment now where the supporters, our players need our supporters more than ever. We know what an impact they can have. We know how important they are to the football club, to the football team. With 3 consecutive home games, we know how important the atmosphere here will be, and ultimately what we can create. Those supporters, we know they're with us. Our players and our supporters all want the same thing. I feel like the next 3 home games, we're almost called on our supporters to be right behind us and make that difference that I believe will make a difference on the pitch. They've done it so many times before for us, and they continue to support us, and they're right to be disappointed by the results and they're right to be frustrated, but the team might need our supporters in this moment, in the challenges that certainly the next 3 weeks are going to bring around numbers, bodies, injuries, stuff that yes, happens to a lot of clubs, but hits us hard and makes it really, really challenging. I almost ask our supporters to, the way that they've supported us and they're always with us, demonstrate that, certainly the Saturday run of home games, because I think they can really make a massive difference to a team that are low on confidence and haven't produced their best football in recent games. Be frustrated at me, be frustrated at the manager, that's part and parcel, and that's leadership, that's that side of it that you have to demonstrate. But for our players, I'm right behind them, they're right behind what we're trying to do, and they want what our supporters want. Show them what we're all about on Saturday. That'll be the message to the players, but our supporters can make a huge difference in this run of home games to get us the result, and the results plural, that certainly we all want over the coming games.
As you say, there's 3 home games in the space of 7 days, a real opportunity to make inroads.
Yeah, they're massive, and look, we had a run of 4 home games and we didn't start how we wanted to on Saturday, and ultimately the first half performance more than anything else is why the result has got away from us. The demands on us as a group will be to start the game better and demonstrate the determination that I've talked about, and all the things that I see from the players all week. We have to translate into a performance. We have to take the personality that I see, the characteristics, and our supporters can have a massive, massive say on that. I don't get concerned about league tables. You can skew them however you like. I've probably made that quite as clear and slightly less eloquently previously. The league table will matter on April 20th. Ultimately, we have 21 games to chase down a 7th place finish. And I tell you now, with the challenges that we've had this season as a group, as individuals along the way, it would top last season's 3rd place finish for me, because we've been up against it for so long. At some point we won't be. In that period where it's going to be challenging, and I use that the next couple of weeks where the body situation doesn't improve perhaps how we might like to, we'll need our supporters to be right behind us. That's what Chester supporters do better than anyone else at this level, that when the chips are down, when it matters, it's the numbers, it's the volume, it's the atmosphere that can be created, particularly here, that I think will play a massive part. And you talk about inroads, for us it's about point to targets. We want to try and chase down that 70-point mark as fast as we can. Saturday should have been the start of that, it wasn't. We have to move on, we have to move on quickly, we have to move on together.